Hey guys, this is sbreen, and I thought I'd give you a quick walk around what I've been doing on the Ghostlygaming server. What we'll do is we'll start off with my base. It's underground. I dug it out by hand, and I thought I'd go for a kind of dwarven kingdom style. So over here we have some farms with a blue-tricity windmill. Over in the back we have the Great Library, somewhere where the king will have a throne at some point. If you stand before the anvil, the wooden blocks in the floor are aviaries, and they contain XPBs, so you can charge up your XP whilst you're here. Moving on, here we have the bakery. We'll do the ground floor first. Here we have our mining area. So if we change that to mine door, we can open it up. The door's done very simple using pistons and a wireless receiver. Down there we have a mine, down there we have an abandoned mine shaft. I haven't done very much with them yet because I've been concentrating on building. Close that, change this back over to that. So we'll go up the stairs and have a look at what we have in the walls. So first of all we have the armory. Moving on, we have my interpretation of a rope bridge past the waterfall. Moving up these stairs to the Lucky Nugget Inn. Barroom area and just some bedrooms, all very simple. Close that off, go back downstairs again, and we'll go and have a look at the temple. Now everything in this lower area and within the cavern itself was supposed to be as vanilla as possible, so there shouldn't really be any high technology around here, well apart from the battery boxes for the electricity. Moving up to the temple, and we have once again some hidden doors. So if we open those up, and we'll open up the AE system whilst we're here. So we have a full applied energistics system, and we have a lot of monitors which do different things, and we'll go through them. The monitors and the advanced computers, I used Direwolf's button API, and he put a really good video out on that. I'll link to it down below in the description. We'll leave the spawners because we'll have to look at those in a while. So first of all, the door control. So you right click the button, it activates some frame motors, which then lowers the door. So in here, I'm sure you all know what this is, automation via the AE system. On the back I have 8 seriously overclocked recyclers. A load of industrial electrolyzers, once again automated using the AE system, some red power machines, 2 industrial blast furnaces with 32k heat, and an industrial grinder with 4 blocks. One of them is being fed mercury cells via the AE system, once again to get the extra bits out of gold, silver and ferrous ore. So if we then open the door to the power system and pop upstairs. Oops, try that again. Okay, so here we have 2 banks of MFSUs. The right hand bank, the left hand bank, if we just pop over there, is just powering these 4 mass fabs, which are providing me with all my UU matter. Now, to get all of the UU matter, I'm using scrap, and scrap is being produced by these cobblestone for the recyclers is being produced by these 2.5 stacks of igneous extruders, which are being pulled out by a router and then piped straight into the AE system. The AE system then delivers it down to the recyclers. Okay, moving on. Actually, I suppose you want to see what's actually powering all of this. So if we pop over here, you can fly up here, and this is my solar panel array. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. "38 ultimate hybrid solar panels, which are delivering a whopping amount of electricity." Here we have the frame motors that activate the door controls. So that's my workshop. I wanted to do it all in frame motors so that the door would be more or less invisible. Or rather, I wanted to do it all in frames with basalt covers so the door would be invisible. Then we have the door to the power system closing, and if we hit it again, the door to the workshop itself closes. And apart from being able to see it on the minimap, it's more or less invisible because, as I said, I use the frames to make it blend in. Podal control system. Once again, if you watch Dyer's videos, you'll probably recognize this. I had some fun with Lua trying to set this up. I'm not a programmer. I struggled a lot. Maybe I'll go through setting this up and give you the pastebin codes at some point. So, okay, behind this wall, we can't get in there at the moment, is a molecular assembly table for the AE system as well, so we can autocraft things. Now if we pop downstairs, if I hit the spawner button, this wall disappears. What I have done is I have on the bottom 6 mining turtles, 7 mining turtles. Yep. All hooked up to RedNet with a very simple program that says when they receive a message from the computer up there, they have to dig up 6 or 7 blocks. 6 blocks. And that removes the door. On the top I have some wireless inventory turtles, which also are hooked up to the machine upstairs, and when they receive a signal, they place blocks in a specific order. They also take from the ender chests that are above them, so they have specific slots in which they keep sand and gravel, and they alternate, or rather they're programmed to know in which order to drop them, so it gets a semi-natural looking door there, or wall there rather. If we break this, we can nip in and have a look at the spawner. So down in the bottom we've got a load of obsidian pipes which are hooked into iron pipes which feed into an ender chest, which in turn goes into my AE system. We have 3 spawners here. We have Creeper, Wither Skelly and Skelly. Now before anyone says anything, when I made this I didn't know that if you kill a Wither Skelly by drop damage, they don't drop their skulls. Major dirt moment. I need to then rectify that, so I'll probably have some turtles killing them. If I go up the top is my Enderman spawner. Obviously height kills for normal mobs are 23 blocks I believe, but for Enderman it's 42 blocks. Here you see my molecular assembly chamber. It's just through this door here or rather just through this wall here is my back room, which which has all of my ender chests and things, which I use to keep things refilled and to take stuff from my quarrying enterprises and my spawners. The fun bit of this build is actually in here. These are the red pipes, the cobblestone jacketed piping that runs down to the spawners. I have 3 AND gates. Going into the AND gates, I have some bundled cable. The lights are on the top just whilst I was testing the system, because I didn't want to test it with the spawners actually in place. So it's hooked into that. They're hooked into that computer, and they're hooked into my AE system. So, for example, if my AE system ever drops below 1,000 bones, it will switch off its redstone signal. Because it's an AND gate here, it will switch off the power to the soul cage and start spawning skeletons. Over here we have once again another computer. It's hooked up to the advanced computer upstairs using the button that runs the button API for the spawners controller. So 2 ways to switch on the spawners. Either my AE system runs low of a resource, in which case it'll run the spawner until it gets to the required level again, or if I click the button upstairs, it will run one of the spawners which I select for a 5-minute period. So once again it's done using RedNet. It's, as I've said already, I'm not a programmer. Some of you may think this is fairly simple. It baffled me for hours, because the natural states of these when they're like this is that they're switched off. When the computer starts, all the wires should be switched off, and so the first thing I was having to do every time was check the wires and put them into an on state so that the spawners don't run all the time. Okie dokie. Moving on. Put the glass back, obviously glass viewers, because I like the effect. We nip upstairs, we can see the wall filling itself back in again. So this is spawner control. This advanced computer has a wireless modem on the side. It speaks to the computer I was showing you earlier. Okay, now we can go and have a look, I think, at the community centre. People on the server were complaining that we didn't have a community centre, because in the other worlds of Ghostlygaming that we've had in the past, we've always built a community centre together. So yesterday I spent a good few hours on here. I kind of started with an idea of what I wanted the community centre to look like, and then spent maybe an hour flying around the world finding where I wanted it to be. And I found what I consider to be a really, really nice area. You know, it's extreme hills biome leading down to the forest biome with some marsh biome off to the side. You know, it's on this really nice overhang with a massive tower protruding above it. We've got the walkway, the pathway leading over onto a bridge. Lord, wow, that's a lot of mobs. Oh well. Leading across onto a bridge. The bridge then forks off down to this area. Over the next few days I'll build some extra things on those. This is going to be the farming area for the community centre. I'm going to put some of the rope bridges you saw in my base. I'm going to put some of those over to these floating islands, and we'll probably see if we can maybe put some shrines or some lookout towers or something like that up here. I'll try and make it a bit nicer for people to come to. Going into the community server itself, I've not really done very much in here at the moment, as you can see. Just put Ghostlygaming GG in the floor, and one of the guys from the server has started bringing over some goodies, some machines that we can set up. Okay, so that's what I've been doing more or less on the Ghostlygaming server at the moment. Now, as I'm quite high tech in this series, in this playthrough already, what I'd like to do for my videos is leave everything, apart from maybe a stone sword and a stone pickaxe, and wander off into the wilderness and do a playthrough, do a Let's Play series starting from scratch and hopefully ending up at Fusion Reactor. Now, if you'd like to see that, leave me a like. Of course, don't forget to come and check out Ghostlygaming. It's www.ghostlygaming.com. Come and join us on the server if you're a Minecraft fan, and hopefully I shall speak to you all and see you all soon. Cheerio for now.